What's up, guys? Tony here. I got another video for you today, and I want to talk about what the world governments are doing in a sense to combat Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. World governments are getting scared because Bitcoin is going to disrupt currencies and the way we transact with each other. And the technology, they recognize the power of the blockchain technology and which Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies run on. So really quickly, let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin right now. I'm on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to refresh really quick. Bitcoin is back up, and as you guys can see here, it is over $11,000. As you may have seen, it took a slump after there was a really heavy bullish buy on it, and it slumped down to about 9,000 or 9,500 around there. And because of the recent news, as I reported earlier today, of the approval for Bitcoin futures trading for the CME Group and Cantor Fitzgerald and so forth, the price has surged back up. So Bitcoin continues to grow. And this is scaring the governments, guys. What we're seeing, and what we've already seen, I should say, major countries such as Russia and China have banned cryptos and crypto exchanges. So they're very anti-crypto. In the U.S., we've seen the U.S. government has started to put Bitcoin on its radar for regulation and taxation. So obviously the taxes part I get because they treat it as real estate. So if you sell your Bitcoin and you make some profit, they treat it as real estate. So that you'll get taxed via the capital gains tax. So sometimes it's better to hold your Bitcoin. Obviously, if you need the money, you can sell it, but you can hold and sell part of it and, cash out slowly, not all at once. And so you can reduce your level of the percentage that you get taxed at, because it does matter how much you earned from a profit standpoint, that you will get put in a certain tax bracket. So something to keep in mind. So what we're seeing around the world and what certain governments have started to do is to attempt to create their own cryptocurrencies. Now, they're really not crypto, so to speak, in where the true nature of, for example, Bitcoin, peer-to-peer, blockchain, that type of thing. They could build on that, but we don't know. They haven't released anything yet, but what they're working on. Russia, as you guys may have seen or heard, Vladimir Putin talking about the Russian government will look to develop the CryptoRuble, their own crypto. Japan is testing Jcoin. Estonia, one of the first countries to do this, develop Estcoin. And Sweden and many other countries are working on projects similar to this. And Sweden's is called E-Krona. And the U.S., like I said, they're exploring some things there now, but there's rumors of what could be called the Fedcoin or Dollarcoin. Now, the governments, obviously, they're doing this to try to combat with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But what they don't realize, just taking a dollar bill, fiat, and converting it to a digital format is not going to convince people to use it, because people are not using Bitcoin or investing in Bitcoin because it's in a digital format, so to speak. That is part of the reason, but more of there's no middleman. It is peer-to-peer. It's not controlled. And people we've seen, a kind of across the globe almost, they're losing confidence in fiat currency, in governments and institutions. And this goes back to why Bitcoin was created in 2008 when the white paper came out and from Satoshi Nakamoto. This was in a solution that was presented because we saw the world banks, the central banks, and Wall Street and all these big financial institutions crash our economy. And then we, as the taxpayers, had to bail them out. So people started losing confidence, and they see that the fiats are slowly losing value. The US dollar is losing value. And we've seen like certain currencies around the world, like pesos, and let's not even talk about the Venezuelan currency. They are worth nothing. It's like crap. So people are losing confidence, and Bitcoin is not country specific. It is global. So that's where the world governments, even if they develop their own crypto or their own digital fiat, I don't think it's people are going to use it. Now, depending on the country, let's say a country like China could force people to use it because of, obviously they're a communist country, and they kind of rule with an iron fist a bit there. So they could force people within the country, but that still wouldn't stop the global reach of Bitcoin and people transacting with each other without borders, right? So I can transact with someone in Africa, Europe, or Australia, whatever it may be, with Bitcoin, and I don't have to go through a middleman. I don't have to go to a bank. I could easily send, let's say wherever you're located. Maybe you're located in New Zealand. I can send you Bitcoin easily, very easily, and there's no friction. So the governments, they still don't get that. And obviously they don't want to lose their stronghold that they have on currency, and there's a lot of corruption, and if they don't, and this is because they've let that corruption and capital cronyism fly and let it go for years, people are losing confidence. However, if some government, let's say maybe the US government or some government, wants to play nice with Bitcoin, in a sense of, let's say the US government develops what's called the Dollarcoin, and they're saying, you know what, we're going to let Bitcoin exist, kind of like a store of value of gold, but we're going to make it easy or we're going to build the US dollar coin on the technology where you can easily exchange between both of them, like atomic swaps, like I talked about in my Litecoin video, where Litecoin and Bitcoin successfully completed a atomic swap, and it allows you to just exchange very seamlessly. So if they were to do something like that, I think that could work. But at the same time, the way we're headed and the core value of Bitcoin and the mission of Bitcoin, I don't think people are going to use these digital fiats or government crypto or whatever. They're going to lose this battle, but we have to let it play out and see what's going to happen. But once again, I think they don't get it. I think there's some old dinosaurs who are still in government, right? They're very scared of it. I've seen people talking about Bitcoin should be outlawed and things like that on these financial TV shows. So I don't think people are going to use these government digital fiats or wannabe cryptos. But if, like I said, if a certain government wants to play nice and say, you know what, we see that we can't stop Bitcoin, so we're going to work with Bitcoin, I think that's possible. But at the same time, it could put us in a compromising situation where they get control of Bitcoin, and they remove that seamless transaction, or where it's, like I said, peer-to-peer, no middleman, no one controlling it, no one owning it. So it is one of those things where we have to be careful, as the community behind Bitcoin and the developers and so forth. But we have to wait and see what's going to happen. But my take on this is they're scared. They're trying to come up with something to combat Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to be successful, because going back to the fact of why Bitcoin was created, and people are losing trust in governments and in financial institutions and the fiat currency. And it's, I think after that 2008 crash and what we're seeing in Venezuela and the value of different currencies going down, I think Bitcoin is here to stay. Crypto is the future, and people will start transacting with these more and more. So I highly recommend owning Bitcoin. Just to be transparent, I own Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, and a few other altcoins. But I'm a heavy believer in Bitcoin. As you can see here, I got the T-shirt. It's gonna be interesting. I think a battle is coming where governments are gonna try to shut down Bitcoin, guys, and but as more people get smartphones, and you see people in Africa and so forth, and they start transacting with these digital currencies, these cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, it's really going to revolutionize the way we transact and trust each other and the future of things. So would love to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think about what the governments are trying to do? Maybe you're viewing this from another country, Japan, Korea, whatever it is. What do you think about this? And do you think the governments are going to try to shut Bitcoin down? I mean, obviously they are, but are they going to be successful? Are there digital fiat is going to be successful. Curious about your thoughts. If you like this video, please thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos on crypto. Talk to you guys later.